Yeah, it's interesting when I listened to your new album, and actually I went back through the whole discography for Ashes of Aries. A lot of I think the thing that intrigues me about the records themselves is that you don't know where these songs are going to go. This album, let me get the track number because I always forget the track. I forgot the track name. The song Two Graves, for example. I remember when I listened to this album for the first time, I heard the intro, I heard the first song, I hear this track, and then this song completely goes in a different direction that I didn't expect it to. And I've noticed that about the songwriting in general. When you go back through the albums you've put out with this band, it's interesting to listen to because, I like I said, I was a young adult when I ended up getting into Iced Earth, and I listened to this. It's a completely different thing for you, and listening to your vocal style, it's really cool to actually listen to you sing differently. It's hard to put a finger on it, but that's what intrigues me the most about this band.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, it's just I take inspiration from what Freddie does. We build the songs together a lot. They're not always completely constructed. Like if Freddie has a basic outline for a song, and I'll start working it, and I'll go, hey, I dig this. Can we do this with this part? Can we switch this part around, or vice versa? Like we'll almost have a song completely done, and he'll go, ah, man, I'm not really digging this part. I want to kind of loop back and do this, and we just go wherever the road takes us. You know what I mean? It just feels right, and we have we kind of have a thing with that. If it's something. Typically, if it's something that I'm like, I'm not really feeling that. If he's not like stuck on it, then he goes, okay, we'll change it. But if it's something that we really dig and we really are stuck on it, and we think that is really what makes the song, then we'll give in, to the person and go, okay, let's do that. That's no worries.
Yeah.
I think that's important, man. I mean, we don't. Freddie, very rarely do we see each other because we live on separate, sides of the country.
Sure.
But most of the stuff is just file sharing back and forth, hopping on the phone, doing emails, texts, things like that, and just basically kind of feeling out and seeing how the songs, develop. So one of the best things about that is that we can, in our own particular studios, we got the same recording rigs. Like identical, so when we share files, it's just a matter of like, pops right in there. And, we've got time. So, we don't rush things. Typically we construct these things in our own spare time. Cause, I have a full-time gig and Freddie has a full-time gig, our jobs that pay the bills. So just do it, kind of go out in our studios and we zen, and just let it flow, and whatever happens. And I usually bounce the idea, especially if I'm really excited about something. I go, man, I got this melody over here, and it's killing it, and I think it's going to be awesome. And and by the way, I need you to do some stuff on like a lead part that's kind of soars over top of the vocals and all. So it's just fun, man. We have a good time. I think after 4 records, we definitely understand one another. Whenever we say stuff, like it'll be like just gibberish because, well, I'm not a classically trained musician, so I'll just say, hey, I'm kind of thinking this, and it's going to sound like a da 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 da, and back, how Maiden did that thing where they, so we will reference other bands and things like, and he gets it. So I think we understand each other on that level, and it works out really well for us.
Now, you mentioned he lives on the opposite side of the country. How did you guys get together to start this band?
Well, it's actually when I went back to Iced Earth in 2007.
Okay.
Freddie joined the band as a touring bass player. So that's where we first met, just getting together, getting ready for the tour. And we hit it off, instantly. And as time progressed and we were on tour and all that stuff, we were usually the ones hanging out. We just the way it worked. We were kind of used to like the day job kind of stuff, because I was a police officer and I was just used to kind of getting up in the morning, and he was too. So, we'd get up in the morning and venture out and walk around whatever city we were in or whatever, and just check things out. And so we, just had a really strong friendship, and it kind of lasted. After I left Iced Earth in, I think, 2011, he went on, did the Dystopia record, and did the tour on that for that record. And and then after that, he bowed out. And then he got up with me and said, "Hey, I know we were talking about doing some stuff, writing some stuff together when we were in Iced Earth, because we did. Because I think Freddie's a really good writer. I think he's multi instrumental. He plays drums, bass, guitar, everything, right? Because that's what he did. Matter of fact, that's how he got the gig with Iced Earth. I think he did an Iced Earth cover and played everything. Like, he did the drums, he did the bass, played the guitar, like everything, and he put it together in a video and submitted it, and that's how he got the gig. So, but yeah, no, we just, we've been friends since 2007, and so it's been really cool.
It's interesting. You have really good musical chemistry with Freddie, like you did with John. I don't know either one of them, personally, like on a personal level, but, I think the really cool thing about the band you're in right now is that you have really good musical chemistry with this guy. And you could tell by the songs, and just by the way these albums, and I'm not just saying the new one, I'm talking about even the ones you did before this. It just really shows that you guys, it felt like when I went back and listened to the first album, it felt like you guys had been jamming together for like 20 years.
Yeah, dude. So the first song that we wrote together was My Hell. And we started, he came over to hang out with me. He was wondering at that point what kind of recording stuff that I had, because I had done some recording, at my home studio for the Pyramids record prior to doing Ice. And I did some early tracking, not final tracking, but just demo tracking with for the Iced Earth record as well in my studio. So he came over and said, "Hey, what kind of stuff do you have?" And he basically bought what I had, so we matched up, and then we've upscaled, what we're doing, because it makes more sense. Because it was it was simple stuff that I had, but anyway, so we got together. He's like, I've got this idea for this song, and he started playing this, this thing with the kind of the Spanish sounding guitar, or the classical picking, and I was like, okay, this is cool. So we started writing that just then. We got a vocal melody and all that. So that was like the one song that we started working together, in the same room.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs still. I mean, it just has a really cool vibe to it. It's beautiful, beautiful intro, very classical guitar sounding intro, a little Spanish maybe. And the meaning of the song, is very heavy, I just love it. It's still one of my favorite songs. So it's it's cool.
Hey everybody, Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video. And if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.